Hey guys, Rapid Start 12 here, back at it again with another lighting video. Today, I have my GE Helical 14 watt compact fluorescent light bulb. Now, this is actually a pretty cool CFL because this is actually a very early helical style CFL. Now, before this, you had stuff like this, where you have a removable bulb like this. It's replaceable. It's an adapter for these PL style bulbs. Or you had stuff like this, which is like a stick style CFL, similar to the PL bulbs, except it's integrated together. So that is what kind of came before the helical CFLs like this. Now, this CFL, this particular one, came out in the late 90s sometime, I believe. So, this is a pretty early helical CFL. So, you can tell it's pretty old by just how big it is. Here it is in the palm of my hand, and here it is compared to a more modern 23 watt CFL. This is 14 watts, this is 23. And you can see that they are about the same size. So this is a pretty huge CFL. Well, anyway, this is a pretty cool find from the Crystal River Restore. So, definitely like this. This is one of my favorite CFLs that I have. Well, anyway, let's take a look at some of the writing on the, where the ballast goes here. It says GE, tiny little GE logo, helical 14 watt, 120 volts AC, 60 hertz, 230 milliamps, blah, blah, blah. You are listed. Caution. Risk of electric shock. Used in dry location only. Location, not locations. Not for use with demos. Not for use in totally enclosed recessed fixtures. Oh, so you can use this in an enclosed fixture that's not recessed, but you can't use it in a recessed, totally enclosed fixture. Got it. Not for use in luminaires controlled by a dimmer. Okay, they said that twice. Not for use with dimmers and not for use in luminaires controlled by a dimmer. Doesn't that mean the same thing? Come on, guys. Don't copy progress lighting. Well, I guess based on the, when these things were made, the wraparound actually came after this, but whatever. Made in China, unfortunately. I have no clue what that means. And then the same exact thing, but in a different language. Funnily enough, they didn't copy that in a different language. But, anyway, pretty cool CFL. Now, I like that this actually has a real base on it. A lot of older CFLs, such as these, have these silly bases on them. But this actually has a real base, like an incandescent. So, that's pretty nice. And you can see the really thick fluorescent tube. I'd say this is probably maybe a T4 in size. I'll go ahead and, let's remove the phone from the tripod here. I'll go ahead and show you comparison between a T5 and this tube here. Yeah, I'd say this tube is probably about a T4 in size. So, definitely a pretty thick tube compared to modern day CFLs, which have stuff like T3 and T2 tubes on them. So, very interesting as well. And we have a very big ballast area. There it is compared to my pointer finger. So, pretty big ballast. And yes, this does have an electronic ballast in it. So, that's a pretty big ballast for an electronic ballast. But anyway, that is really all there is to look at on the CFL. So we will go ahead and screw this into our socket. And I will go ahead and turn off the lights. I'll be right back. Alright, the lights have been turned off. So I'll go ahead and plug in the socket. And we will turn on this bulb. Sorry, that was Alexa in the background. But let's go ahead and turn this bulb on in 3, 2, 1. And I'd say it has a little bit of a resonant start to it. It was kind of a fast startup, and ooh, it's glowing blue down there. Oh, and over here too. You can barely see it on camera. It's more pronounced in person. But this has had a lot of hours on it. But we will go ahead and let it warm up. Alright, I think this CFL is at full brightness now. This probably has more mercury in it than a modern day CFL because, of course, now there's all the low mercury stuff now that, people really didn't care about back in the day when this was made. But as you can tell, it's pretty bright now. Of course, this has had some hours on it. And by some, I mean quite a few. So this probably isn't going to be as bright as it would have been originally. But I like the warm light that this puts off as well. It's like a nice warm white. I'd say a little bit warmer looking than CFLs when they're new, probably because this is triphosphor and the phosphor has, discolored over the many years this has been used, but it's emitting a very nice color light right now. So we will bring it up here and take a look at just how bright it is and its quality of light. It's pretty bright, everything looks good. CRI wise, it's not too bad. I'd say it's maybe a little bit worse than other CFLs, but it's not bad. I mean, of course, that totally could just be because the phosphor has degraded. Who knows, but, well, there we have it. We'll go ahead and watch it start up one more time. It pretty much starts up like instant start, kind of like the electronic rapid start ballast in my wraparound. So, definitely, not the best ballast, but whatever. It's a good CFL. Well, we have now unscrewed it from the socket, so I will be right back after I turn the lights back on. Alright, I am back. As you can tell, the lights have been turned back on. Well, that was a look at my GE Helical 14-watt CFL light bulb. A very early Helical CFL. So one last look at the base. At some of the writing. And at the very thick T4 tube. And I suppose we will put it side by side with a modern day 23-watt CFL again, just to illustrate how big this thing is. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Until next time.